Welcome to the Explainer. All right, today we're going to talk about a pretty wild AI technique, one that finds the right answer by, get this, making one up first.
So let's just jump right in. We're going to start with an idea that sounds, well, kind of like a paradox. A riddle, really. And it's at the very core of how some of the smartest AI systems out there actually go about finding information.
Now, this isn't just some brain teaser, right? This question is the core strategy behind a seriously clever technique that completely flips the script on how an AI connects your question to that massive library of information it's sitting on. But, before we can really appreciate just how cool this solution is, we have to understand the problem it's trying to solve. And it's a really fundamental one. A kind of lost in translation issue that happens all the time in search. Think about it. On one side, you have us, right? We type in these short, maybe even kind of sloppy questions. And then on the other side, you've got the answers, but they're buried deep inside these, long, dense articles or reports. So you've got this huge mismatch. The question and the document, they just don't speak the same language. And that makes it incredibly tough for an AI to find the perfect match based on just a few of your keywords.
Okay, so that's the problem. How in the world do you bridge that gap? How do you get a short, simple question to speak the language of a long, detailed answer so the AI can actually find what you're looking for? Well, this is where a technique called HyDE comes in. That stands for Hypothetical Document Embedding. And yeah, it does exactly what it sounds like. It tells the AI to generate a completely made up, totally imaginary, but ideal answer to your question before it even begins the real search.
And the big idea, the core intuition here, is that this perfectly imagined answer is actually a way, way better search query than your original question ever was. You see, in the weird, high-dimensional world where an AI understands language, what they call embedding space, that fake answer is just closer to the real answer. It's more like it has the same shape, the same vibe.
All right, so how does this actually work? What's really cool about this whole thing is that for such a powerful idea, it's actually surprisingly simple to pull off. It's basically a three-step trick.
Okay, step one is generate. The AI just writes an answer. It uses all its general knowledge of the world to cook up a hypothetical document that it thinks is a great answer to your question. It's basically its best guess. Then, step two, retrieve. Now, this is the clever part. It takes that made-up answer and uses that as the search query. It goes looking for real documents in its database that look and feel a lot like that perfect imaginary one. And finally, step three, the most important one, answer. The AI takes the real, factual documents it just found and uses those to build the final accurate answer it gives back to you. So you see, the hypothetical part was just a tool, like a clever flashlight, to find the real treasure. The final answer is grounded in actual data.
And this quote really just nails it. HyDE is all about taking a question and mapping it into document space. It's like a universal translator. It forces the question to stop sounding like a question and start sounding like an answer. And when you do that, you just dramatically improve your chances of finding the perfect match. Okay, this is all very clever, but so what? Why does this actually matter in the real world? Well, let's talk about the impact of this whole idea. So, the big takeaway here is that this isn't just some neat trick for a research paper. It has real practical benefits. For starters, it directly tackles that mismatch problem we talked about earlier, and developers are seeing some serious performance boosts with this, especially when they're working in very specific areas, specialized topics. And maybe the best part is just how flexible it is. You can completely customize the prompt that generates that first hypothetical document. You can tune it for any domain you can think of: medicine, legal research, heck, even video game lore. That adaptability makes HyDE a really powerful tool that's absolutely worth playing around with if you're building any kind of advanced search or Q&A system. It really is a simple, kind of counterintuitive idea when you think about it, that a little bit of structured imagination can actually lead you to a more factual, more truthful answer. And that opens up some really fascinating possibilities for the future of how we find and interact with information. Which leaves us with this final thought to chew on. If an AI can find the truth by first imagining it, what else is possible?